So here's the thing. Now, I know that my lovely American friends are familiar with Amazon Luna. It's been kicking around now for over a year stateside, but it literally only launched outside of the US fairly recently, within the last month, and it went to Canada, the United Kingdom of Great Britain, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and to Germany, interestingly enough. I have no idea why they chose those territories. Canada makes a heap of sense, because it's a hop, skip and a jump. They've only got to go over the border. They haven't got very long to take the string, you see, across the border. Canada, UK, Germany, I don't know. But I'm really, really pleased because it's given us a chance, and we have been desperate to try Luna for the longest time. Me and one other fella actually started the world's first Luna podcast, and a while ago, but we had to abandon it because we were based in the UK and we didn't have Luna to play on, so it's kind of pointless. But we had fun with the show for a few weeks with a bit of news. So I've had a fair amount of time to play with it now. I signed up, did the 7-day free trial, which has now moved into full-blown account. It's about, I think it's about £8-ish, £9. Let's call it $10 a month. And for that, you get a selection of curated games. They've mixed them recently, so when they launched, they had a retro games section under Luna Plus. They had like a retro games section. Thanks, Dorgan, $8.99, says Dorgan. They had Jackbox Party Pack, which is still there, and that's, I think, an additional $3.99. Of course, Ubisoft as well have a channel, but the great thing is you don't have to pay Amazon Luna to play those Ubisoft games. You can actually connect with Ubisoft Connect and play your owned purchased games in Amazon Luna, which is amazing. So I'd had a Ubisoft Plus account for quite some time. Great little subscription. When there was new content, of course, there's been a drought of Ubisoft content, of anything sizable in the last few months. So for me, I wasn't too worried, but I was pleased as anything to open it up, and ta-da! There was all my owned, my purchased Ubisoft games. So that's a bonus with Luna. You can also, by the way, that also works with GeForce Now as well. So you can connect your Ubisoft account with GeForce Now and with Amazon Luna, and any games that you own in the Ubisoft library that are fairly modern, because it only works since they rolled out Ubisoft Connect, which was, if my memory serves me well, somewhere around Christmas of 2021 and December 21, somewhere around there. And then your games are there, which is great. So, curated games. The great thing, of course, about curated games, if you're not a real pro heavy gamer, somebody who wants to play all the latest games, if you just like a game, if you're a family individual with a family and you don't have huge amounts of time or money, spare cash to invest in the latest game and sit there and play it and throw it and get another one and all that stuff, and it's good because you get a nice selection of different genres of game. And there are some good ones. There's some really good ones in here. In fact, I've just randomly been playing some games and found some gems that I wasn't aware of. This one, for example, Max, The Curse of Brotherhood. Never heard of it before. I love this little game. It's really, really cool. It's a little kind of platform side scroller kind of a thing, but it's got some unique mechanics which are really cool, and lovely 3D graphics as well. It's a great little game. Never heard of it before. It may well have been a Switch game at some point, I don't know. But nonetheless, it's good fun. I thought we may even have a little look at this one if we get the time today. So that's one of the things. This is another thing I found. Sorry, this is not your fault. This is to do with the fact that it takes over full screen. Ooh, look at that big circle. Where are we? Luna. Yeah, there we go. It tends to push stuff to the back. How did I get over this earlier? There we go. Yeah, you have to press escape. It's like a relaunch. I don't know why. But I don't normally play on here, to be honest. I normally play on my Fire Stick 4K Max, which I bought recently, which is very, very good. So as Dorrigan here, Dorrigan is my able assistant today, telling you that you need a Prime or a Luna sub to play your owned Ubi games. Thank you, Dorrigan. I wasn't aware of that because I've got them. So yeah, it's one of those things. But, you know, a load of people have got a Prime account, haven't they, on the old Amazon? You know, if you're like me and you've got to the point in life where it's just easier and more convenient to flick open Amazon and buy stuff to the detriment of all the local stalls and the malls, then that's kind of what I do. Crystal owns all but one of the Jackbox games. Wow, they're great fun, aren't they, Crystal? We love cracking them open, and we do, my family as well. The only problem is we don't have, no, because you can use your phone or a tablet, can't you? Any device, really, as long as it has internet connection. Put the little code in, and then everybody plays. They are such fun, such fun. Yeah, that's a thing. So I'm not sure, to be honest. You may know this, Crystal. I'm not sure if you own Jackbox games, if they are there to play. What I do know is that at this moment in time, they have popped Jackbox Party Pack 3 into the Prime members playlist. So if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, which a lot of the world is these days, then you get 4 games every month that you can play in Amazon Luna, and you don't need to have an Amazon Luna subscription. So that works quite well. And one of them this month is Jackbox Party Pack 3. Now, it does say at the very end, by the way, if you've enjoyed this, if you pay X, you can subscribe, but it's just a gentle advert. I think that's fine. But you've also got Yakuza, number 2, I think it is, whatever that one's called. And you have Resident Evil 3. No, you don't have that. That's me because I continue to play. Sorry, you have Horizon Chase Turbo and the Adventure Pals. I haven't played any of those yet. I did fire up Jackbox for a quickie look the other day, but didn't progress because Ant is in the house. How are you, my friend? Rokk Show to give you or Clive the tape. The ring everyone but Rudigs chose to save you. I know, mate. What is it with Rudigs? I've just given him. He's just won a game on my channel. I could have said no. Now, I don't know the ring. I've never seen the film. I have no idea how it works. But I know you've been doing a shall we save the content creator or shall we give him the ring, the tape. And as you said, thankfully, I was saved. That's nice, mate, because, you know, I only tried to be nice. You know how I work. Everyone's a friend of me. I see our good friend Phil Harrison has left Google, says Caseball. Well, where do what he will... Yeah, well, that's interesting, isn't it? Don't know. I mean, quite early on in his tenure, he changed his LinkedIn profile from anything related to Stadia to being like a VP of something at Google. But who knows? I'd love to know the story of Stadia, wouldn't you? I'd love to know what was going on behind the scenes and, who made decisions and on what basis and how much Phil had to have in that say and all that stuff. It would be fascinating. Rokk Show, if you watch the tape, you have 7 days until you die. Mate, the way I am right now, that's not that far from truth. I jest, but I don't jest. That's which was it last night's stream that this happened? I came in quite late, as you know, but I will watch it back. I'm quite keen to see that. I've got to give it to you, my friend. You come up with some amazing content ideas, you really do, and that's why you are one of my favourites. You know that. So anyway, getting back here. Them is the Prime games that you can play right now. And then, of course, in the general library, you have all that kind of trending stuff. Browse by store. This is where you can link your accounts. So I've got my Ubisoft account, I've got my Twitch account, and my Discord. I'd like to think at some point they'll add YouTube as well. But I'm guessing, of course, don't forget Amazon owns Twitch. So it's unlikely Having said that'll ever happen. But I do love the integration. So essentially what happens is you play Purple or Lo-Fi. Yeah, it was last night. Oh, she'll watch that, my friend. It was crazy to hear people pick Ray or SPG. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I got picked, to be honest, but it is a bit naughty, pitting us against themselves. Bless us all. Purple or Lo-Fi. Yeah, some of them are quite hard to choose, aren't they? I know you put me up against Clive, but other than being English and of a similar age, I'm not quite sure what they were choosing between. But nonetheless, that's all good, and I'm very grateful for surviving. Oh yes, broadcasting. So this is how it works. I think it's amazing. It will fire up a browser, which means we won't be able to see it, but I'll describe how it works. So you fire up a game. Now in my case, this is on the native Amazon Luna app that comes with, or you have to install it, but it's made for the Amazon Fire Stick. Now I bought the latest one, the 4K Max. I paid £48, so let's call it $55 amongst friends, which actually, it's a pretty neat little device, and it's all got the latest codecs and stuff, and it's all cool. And of course, the only downside, by the way, with the Fire Stick is you have to use the Amazon app library, which is not the same as the Android app library. But I am reliably informed that there is in the wings, coming out soon, an Android version of the Amazon Luna app. So if you've got a Chromecast for Google TV, or if you have a Shield Pro, or indeed an LG or a Samsung TV that's running Android, or Sony, then you should soon find that there is an Amazon Luna app as well. So if you do have an account, then you'll have more places to pay and play. Little Freudian slip, but nonetheless quite appropriate. Rokk Show, says Ant, what's your thoughts with Luna now that you finally got to play it? Well, funny you should ask, Ant, because that's exactly why I'm looking at it today. And I shall tell you, we'll get it around there. 1 to 10, you've given me a little rating score to choose from, so we'll do that right at the very end. So this is why I think this for me is the real reason why I was happy to shell out my money, because I'm playing the game. Could be on my phone, could be on a laptop, could be on my PC. In my case, though, it's on that little Fire Stick, which is slapped into the back of my TV. I am then sat leisurely 8 feet back from the TV on my little leather sofa, in my little gym jams with my cup of coffee and my little controller. I'm playing the game, I'm loving the game, and then on my phone, or on the app itself, I can choose to broadcast. And then in this case, it will fire up a browser. It only works from the browser version of Amazon Luna. So you'll need a device that has a working browser. Which, as I say, any phone, any laptop, any tablet, not a problem at all. And you don't even need to keep it open once you've done it, not really. So you hit that, you set up your broadcast. So on my phone, for example, it comes up and it says, do you want to use a camera? Yeah. You want to use a mic? Yes, please. Where would you like the camera to go? So I'll choose center right, maybe. Do you want to give a title to the Twitch, because it goes to stream to Twitch? Yes, please. I'll give it a little title, see? And then I get to show or hide the chat on the phone. But here's the great thing. Over on the Fire Stick, once I press to go live, I can come out to the side menu and I can choose to show, I can actually control the broadcast, even though I'm on the Fire Stick. So I can turn the camera off or on over on the game itself, and I can choose to have the chat appear on the right-hand side. Now, you don't see it on the screen. This is purely for my benefit, but it shrinks the game down, so it doesn't put it over the top, shrinks it down, and then there's a black area where I can see the chat. So it's great. So now I can play the game, and I can see the comments popping up in the chat, so I can answer them without having to look away from the game. So again, from the point of view of an armchair content creator, which is my favorite place to do it, guys. You know, when I'm game streaming, I hate sitting here, even though I've got my lovely little armchair, my little leather armchair, unique to me, and it's quite cozy in here. I prefer to be in the lounge. I can watch the world go by, I can see my family coming and going, and I can watch the fish in the fish tank, but I can see the game on my massive LG, which I love, and I can play. And this is the thing for me, and you can do it and control it without the need for big PCs and kit. So if you've got any aspirations at all to do content creation, you can do it. Now, of course, you are limited to the games in the library, and there will undoubtedly, I'm absolutely convinced you'll find games that you've never played, but you know them and you'd like to give it a go. And there are so many great games. I've already seen half a dozen that I'm going to be streaming in the coming weeks. And as I said, Resident Evil 3 is down. I loved it. I know the community, the Resident Evil community, say it's the worst one of the remastered recent collection, 2, 3, now 4. But I loved it. Now I'm going to play 2 next. I'm going to stream 2. I tend to do it during my daytime. So it's on the whole, sorry guys, a bit early for my American friends. But that's largely because, again, I'm just a leisurely, casual game streamer. My proper stuff happens here this time of the day and later. CGTV, how are you? Good to see you. It says yo, just there. There it is. Brilliant to see you, my friend. And Phoenix has joined us. Hello, Sam. How are you, my love? Great to see you. Thanks for popping in. I am my sincere apologies if I'm missing you wonderful folk. It's all coming up on the screen, but while my head's over here, you see, on the old Luna stuff. So yeah, plenty to. So I'm going to be doing Resident Evil 2 next, and then I will be getting Resident Evil 4. So I'll be doing them slightly out of sync. But all good, we'll be doing that. I did fire 2 up earlier, and I thought, wow, looks amazing. And that's the thing. Now, those of you that remember when I did a first look at Amazon Luna, the very, very day that it went live, I raced home from a meeting and fired it up, and we did a live stream on Rokk Around the Clock. I had a very quick look at the game. I was impressed at the time with the quality, but since then, on that specific day, because it was launch day, I know a lot of people were struggling to get in and play games, and there were times and stuff. Since then, it's all calmed down, and I get into games really, really quickly. I have no issues at all. Did you finish it? I did. I finished it today. I finished it today, Phoenix. And I've put all 7 of the live recorded streams up on YouTube now. So I've exported them from Twitch to YouTube, given them all their own little thumbnails from 1 to 7. So if you've got any interest in seeing what that looks like, and some of them have me on camera, most of them don't, and the reason for that is that the camera on my Chromebook, I was having issues with the phone anyway, and that's not Luna's problem. That was because of a connector that I was using for the microphone. So I migrated to my little Chromebook, and the camera's okay, but because it was, some of the gameplay was quite dark in the room, the frames per second are rubbish. So most of the time I went mic only, but if you want to see what that looks like, do have a little looky-poos. It's now all on YouTube. But here's the thing. So when we first looked, I thought, this is actually quite impressive. I knew it was 1080p only, and we've all been kind of spoiled with GeForce Now Ultimate, with the 4080 rig at 4K, 60. But again, and this was the same thing we said all the time in the old days with Google Stadia. The old days. That I always said Stadia's audience was a casual gaming audience. It was a family audience, an audience where money isn't, money's tight. Money's always tight with families when you've got children. Yeah, and even in my case, when they're at university, they still cost you a fortune. So, you can't always afford to buy new games. So when you have a curated library of games that you can dip into, and the great thing is, with both Stadia and Amazon Luna, they have parental rating. So you can set the accounts up for your children, and you can make sure that, here we go, with parental controls, you can put in a 5-digit PIN so only you can access the older games, and you can determine what kind of rating you want the various accounts to have access to before they have to ask you to come and unlock those games. So it's a nice, safe way to get them to be able to play. And of course, it's cloud. So you can even have it running on a tablet. You've got to go and see grandma, and the kids are okay for the first 10 minutes, and then they get bored. You can give them a tablet, and then they can play Amazon Luna. And of course, those ratings will continue wherever you play. And the great thing is, when they get home, if they're halfway through a game and they've got 30 minutes before they need to get ready for bed, you can pause the game, fire it up on a laptop or a TV or wherever you play it, and continue from where you left off. That's the great thing about cloud gaming. So I would recommend this absolutely if you're a family or a casual gamer and you just like gaming now and again, and you're not too worried about it being the very latest games. I will say though, most of the games are not that old. If you go and have a look, let's have a look at Chicken Police, for example. Great game, Chicken Police. And you'll see down here, it came out in 2020. So a couple of years, we're only just into 23, so you can't really say it's 3 years. But came out November 2020, so it's a couple of years old. Most of the games I've found to be no older than that. There are some old retro games, of course. And so those will necessarily be quite old. But what they've also done with a lot of the retro games is they've brought the remastered versions across. So there's some real lovely old like Castlevania and stuff, but they tend to be remastered to a degree. I was even playing yesterday, I don't know if you guys, anybody that's raised in the house, anyone who's as old as me will know what I'm talking about here. There used to be a game, let me get back to the library, here we go. Raymond, do you remember there was a game that you and I would play in the arcades? And let's go back to the home screen. I've got it down here. Dragon's Lair. Do you remember this, my friend? It was actually on a video disc. And what would happen is you had to basically hit the keys and the buttons, and it would play an actual video animated by Disney animators as well, I believe. And so what you were really doing was just cutting to video scenes on the video disc. And boy, was it hard. And I thought, well, let's give it a go on here. It was just as hard. Wow, you get 2 lives, and I was never getting more than a few seconds in. I don't know that anybody ever saw the entire video selection that was on offer in Dragon's Lair. And CGTV loves the game. Yeah, it's all about, you're right, it's all about memorizing what's coming up and the timing and everything. And it's all there. Not only do they have Dragon's Lair, but they have Dragon's Lair 2 as well. I think there may be 3 Dragon Lair games on Amazon Luna. And of course, they're adding new games every month, as well as taking some games away. Rudigs, I'm glad you're back, my friend, because guess what? You won today's PC game! Woohoo! And Adam Rouster says, what was it called? Art Clash. He says it's the kind of game you'd like as well. So well done, my friend. Well done. Yes, I shall get, you did, you won. I shall get you the code straight after the show. No worries, brother. And what was it called? Art Clash, Arc Clash something. Art Clash Legacy, I think. And Rouster said, what did Rouster say? Probably won't have it now. But he said you like it. He was convinced. There we go. Anyway, I shall, there you go. I really don't know. No, he did say you'd like it, mate. If you don't like it, blame him. Don't blame me. I'm just in charge of a random generator. But Rouster's the one that recommended it, so you know where he lives, don't you? New Jersey. I'll give you his address later. You can just pop round and see him. It's all good. Righty hoey. So we haven't got very long left actually. I'm getting stuck into this, but I do love it. So Ant Cowboy asked me what would I rate it 1 to 10. There's still features that I haven't even. I'll touch on them very quickly. There's even this feature called Lunar Couch. The way this works, I think this is fantastic. Basically, you can play co-op on the games that support a co-op option, and the person that you want to play with doesn't have to have an Amazon Lunar subscription. And they don't have to be in the same house as you. So all you do is they go along to lunar.amazon.com or lunar.amazon.co.uk if they're in the UK. You give them a game code. It will then fire up the game, and the pair of you can play that game together, irrespective of the fact that they don't have the game themselves or indeed an Amazon subscription, which I think is a brilliant feature. Of course, the idea is that they might be so enchanted by the experience that they then subscribe. But either way, it means you can now play with Great Uncle George or, Aunt Fanny or the kids in Australia. Doesn't matter where, as long as they're awake and they have a browser, then they can play. And of course, you can connect any controller, just shove it in the USB slot, and it will work with Amazon Lunar. So let me get that escape button, get it back up again. I don't know why it does this. It's because I'm running the. There we go. It should pop up in a second. There we are. Yeah. So there's the main features I love about this. Again, it's audience specific. I've seen many people come up to me recently and say, I really miss the curated library of Stadia Pro. I didn't care that I had to buy Cyberpunk elsewhere or what have you. I just loved that I got these games, and every month I'd be really keen to see what the new games were and try them out. Well, you've kind of got that here for a not too dissimilar price as well. And of course, they're adding more and more games all the time. So definitely one to check out on that basis. In terms of my overall experience, well, firstly, I'm tainted by the fact that I can stream so easily now. I've done it all in my little lounge. I've had Elgatos connected to laptops. Of course, I've got a PS5 and an Xbox Series X, and they both do great streaming, but neither of them allow you to cloud game stream. I've got a Shield Pro and GeForce Now Ultimate, so I can stream from there, but only at 720p, and it doesn't let me manage the setup. I can't put the title of the stream, for example. I can put a camera and a mic, but I have to connect it to the Shield Pro. So this is the best system I've found so far to just to give you friction-free streaming. And I know Eddie, who's very often in the chat, he's tried it. He did a great stream with it. We've got, Curly. Eddie's tried it today, actually. Eddie Rick has tried it today, and it worked a treat for him. So I know there's lots of you guys that started to get into streaming with Stadia, and then it disappeared, and you're like, I can't be bothered with OBS and all this other stuff. So it works really well for you there. I'll tell you when you're older. I have to tell you, Phoenix, your comment at the end of Rokk show last night, when you were saying about it wasn't Rokk show, was it? Yeah, it was the end of Rokk show. You said something about the gang sign had it just threatened your entire family. William was virtually in tears of laughter. And we'd literally just gone off air, and he saw it, and he thought that was hilarious. You've got a lovely sense of humour, my friend. Absolutely brilliant. So, I would give it 9 out of 10 for the ability to stream. I'll give it 8 out of 10 because it could really do with a couple headline games, a couple of real big bangers in there so that people like sit up and take notice. Do you remember Stadia for the longest time had that problem? And then all of a sudden we got Cyberpunk and da-da-da and some other games, and they were great on there. I'd love to see that. I am not in the slightest bit worried that it is only 1080p, because for me, it's a crisp, beautiful, high quality 1080p. And I have had no issues at all with how that runs. So I'd give it an 8 out of 10, purely on the basis that I think they could really do with a couple of fairly newish games. But 9 out of 10 if you're looking for a friction-free way to stream. Because don't forget, and I didn't cover this off, the way it works, the real magic of this, which is the same as how it worked with Stadia, is you're not using your local device to stream the video to Twitch. It actually sends it direct from their servers. So if you imagine, it's sending a stream of the video to your device, your TV or monitor. At the same time, it's sending a copy, like you duplicate monitors, to Twitch. And then it's mixing your camera and your audio over the top of that. So, you know, that there's a little bit of an overhead there, but it's a tiny little video stream that it puts over the top. And the audio data is tiny. So it's great because you could literally stream from a tiny laptop or your phone. You don't need big expensive kit. So I give it a 9 out of 10 for that, and an 8 out of 10 on the basis that they could do with some bigger games. So, with no further ado, as some content creators often say, I'm going to fire young Max up here. I will need to shrink this down. Wait, where's he gone? No, Max. Where's Max gone? Oh no, it's my fault. There it is. Right, let me just fit that to screen. Fit to screen. And just a quick reminder, you can use any controller. Today, we will be using my knockoff Xbox controller, which I adore. Right, hopefully we won't get a copyright notice for this Western-like music. As I say, it's streaming out at 1080p. I'm fitting it to a 1440p stream. So, right, so this is the thing. I said earlier, there's these kind of unique mechanics. Now, this pipette here creates this thing, which is like it draws sand up out the ground. So here's what's got to happen here. This guy, who's a bit of a slug, he's got to be enticed to jump down on top of this column of sand. Here he goes. Now that he's here, I can get rid of my column of sand. You see, if I jump down there, his spikes will have me. He's now going to walk over to this weird creature over here and get extracted. Too heavy, pulls him down. And Max can now jump on top of there. Come on, over you come. And when I'm on top of him, we can make good our escape. There we go. Look at that. See? Love it. Come on, Max. Now, I only know this because I actually died a couple of times trying to work that out. And then he's off. As you can see, it's a little side-scrolling platformer. Lovely 3D stuff going on. Disney Vet is in the building. This one just explodes and kills you. Luckily, we didn't go back too far. So we got to kind of come out, go back. Once he sees you, he explodes. Here he goes. Yo, bro! Get out of the way. Let's see if I can... there he goes. Oh no, he got me again! Dagnabbit. It's a really cute little game. I love it. I'm not even sure what he is. It's a bizarre... I tell you the premise. It's quite bizarre. So the game starts with him at home, and his brother, his little brother, is annoying him while he's trying to play games, right? So he wishes, he Googles to see how you can get rid of your brother, and he finds a spell, and he recites this spell, and a creature comes from another dimension, grabs his brother, and he suddenly feels remorse and chases after him through the warp, through the porthole, or the portal, and right, so we can just jump up here anyway, there we go, and chases to try and rescue his brother. That's the premise of the game. Absolutely brilliant. Right, so now
what?
Exactly, now what?
So, say something.
Let's push that up.
Oh, I get it. Got a genie, huh?
Still don't really know what we're supposed to do. He seemed to feel he did.
Whoa.
Yes. I hear you, Phoenix. I hear you. So, we can lift that rock up by creating a column of sand. Oh, I wonder if it's got a push. Oh, I was hoping it would be clever enough to push that piece of wood. But I've never come across anything like this before. It's just really a really cool mechanic. You can take it to a certain height, but then you can't shrink it. The only way you can reduce it down. Maybe if we... I still think that's the thing we have to do, you know. I don't know, it's got a... Jumping off of there is not going to help, is it? We can't go up here. Let's see, how high will it go? Aha! No, I still don't know. Oh, no, definitely don't meant to jump down there. The art style is really cool, Neil. As I said, it's one of those games that used to turn up on Stadia and people would go, have you played that game? It's really fun. What about here? Can I build another one? No. I'm really not sure. I still think, you know what, I still think that there's wheels on the end of here. I still think you're supposed to get this to a certain level where the gravity, no, it's too high, gravity drops and pushes this down, and then we can walk across. Let's try it again. Not quite as high this time. Let's try that. No, it's not heavy enough, or not high enough. That's not going to work. I need to get it. There we go. Right, let's try. No. Taller? No, wrong way. So yeah, it's very much a physics, a kind of gravity physicsy type of game. Oh, it's cool again. Hey Al, how are you, dude? Thanks for popping in, my friend. Hope you're well. We're just doing a little look at Amazon Luna up until the top of the hour. Oh, keyboard. Who asked you to pop in? I don't know why that suddenly appeared. I must have hit a key by accident. In fact, I've... Oh, here we go. Well, this is, I appreciate this isn't the most exciting example for you. Take it to the very top. Says Caseball. Sorry, my friend. I've just realised that I popped chat way, way, way too far over. Let me pull that back. Caseball says, take it to the very top so it rolls to the right. Yes. And then what? Kill it so that it... Okay, I'm not quite sure what that will do, but let's give it a go. So what you're saying is, lift it right... Oh, we've got to kill it off first. There we go. Lift it to the very, very top. So it rolls down there. I see what you're saying. Yes, then kill this off. And then it rolls all the way down and misses. Okay. I do definitely see. I tell you what we've got to do. You're right, though. You're absolutely right. It's exactly what we need to do. So, no. Do it again. You're right. So, well done, Caseball. All the way to the top. Rolls down there. Kill this off. Bring a new one up. Let's see if this works. Yes! Woohoo! Teamwork makes the dream work. Now we can drop down here, I think. Hey, excellent work. Well done, my friend. There you go. Look at that. Oh yeah, right. Now that we've done that, I think we now need to do it again. So what we do is we squash it. He jumps down, and then we can lift him up. Like this. There you go. Now he can jump up here, take this fella off by pulling out his eyeball. Just to help the stream from dying, I know. Thanks, mate. Oh, bless you. Here we go. Right, can we run and jump? I think we can. Don't know why that keyboard. I must have, I probably got a macro or something on this thing. Right, here we go. Down the slide. I was thinking of doing Resident Evil 2 and I thought, no, it's a family time. Trust me, it's good. It looks okay, doesn't it? It looks great on the stream. I'm watching it over there as well. It looks good to me. Now you see who we have a challenge here, because we can't come up there because this guy's gonna do what he did to that porcupine thingy. But I suppose what we could do is push that block, maybe. Let's see. Oh, no! That didn't help. Right. I think there's... They're meant to go the other way, I think. So there's obviously plenty of thought needed to continue this game. Well, we have... You'll be really pleased to learn we've reached the top of the hour. So what I can do here is I can entice him down there. Let's see if he does it. There he goes. And then... No! Whoa! You're absolutely right, Caseball. They're a real time slip, aren't they? I am going to leave it there, though, because I am very mindful of the time, and I always like to try and get the hour done and let you guys go, because there's other people that usually stream at similar times to this. I'm not sure if young William is streaming today, but if he is, you're more than welcome to pop across there. Just bear in mind, by his own confession, he does like the odd expletive, so if that's not your thing, not a great way to go. So there you go, there was Wednesday gameplay. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. That's my honest opinion of Amazon Luna, having now played with it for a little while and got used to it. I love the streaming option. I think it really, if you've got any inclination at all into streaming and you don't want to invest in learning software and investing in expensive kit, perfect for you and perfect for families as well. That's all right. Ruding's my good friend. I shall get you the code. I'll get that code over to you as soon as we finish today. Thank you very much, my friend. Have a great show. Take care, buddy. We are going to head for the hills. I will be back tomorrow, Thursday. I forget what we do on Thursday. Oh, cloud gaming news. Of course it is. GeForce Now have their big old news release tomorrow. There'll be some good cloud gaming news to cover tomorrow. And then, of course, later, about 3 hours after we finish, there's Rokk players. Now, I know, although, to be fair, they were put under the spotlight, so they may decide that they can't really make it, but hopefully Ray and William will be joining. Mostly Martinez, Josiah, Pierre, Luke, Ninja Guy X, and of course, Dad Plays Games. Bjorn, I might make an appearance, I'm not sure yet. Yeah, might do. I might do. I'm overdue an appearance on Rokk Players, so watch this space. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and humouring an old man. It's always very welcome. I will leave you at this point. I will rock out and I will see you tomorrow. So take care. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Let's look forward to Thursday. Oh, I've got a singing lesson tomorrow as well. I'll let you know how it goes. Take care, guys.
Thank you.